Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about modes. So modes are basically just different types of scales. The two modes that we're most familiar with are major and minor. So just like, C major and then C natural minor. Those two are modes, but those are not the only modes. There's actually 7. So a good way to familiarize yourself with these modes is to just kind of go up on the white keys. So like this is C major or C Ionian. This is D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, G Mixolydian, A Aeolian or natural minor, B Locrian, and C major again. So those are the 7 modes, and I'm going to be doing a video series that kind of covers each of these modes and gives you song examples and how they're used and etc. But I'm going to skip major because major is boring and we all know about major. So we're going to jump straight to Dorian. So to kind of get a sense of what the vibe Dorian gives off, we're going to look at the diatonic chords, which are basically just chords that are built on each note of the scale with the chord tones. So in the case of D Dorian, but it's not all white keys, it depends on the scale. So if I would do the same thing with C natural minor, I would have flats in it. So, but D Dorian is all white keys, so we just have all white keys. If we look at the first chord in D Dorian, this is the same chord as D minor. And that kind of goes to exemplify that Dorian is really similar to minor. In fact, it's minor with a sharp 6. So, D natural minor has a B flat in it. It's this. But D Dorian takes that 6 and sharps it. So that's the only difference between minor and Dorian. So it sounds a lot like minor. It's kind of built off minor, you could say. So minor with a sharp 6. Since Dorian is so close to minor, when you play Dorian or when you hear Dorian, it can just sound like minor, So a good way to differentiate Dorian from minor is to play them next to each other and compare them. Then you can really hear the difference, which is what I'm going to do with the examples that I'm about to show you. So the first example of a piece that is in Dorian is So What by Miles Davis. Miles Davis has a whole album with the song So What in it called Kind of Blue, and that album, every single song in that album has some sort of mode that isn't major or minor incorporated into it, which is pretty cool. So I'll play it for you first on my phone, and then I'll play it for you on piano, and then we can talk about it. Okay, so what Miles Davis just played is this. So if you look at these chords, or even just the beginning, we can see that it's in Dorian. But why? Because D minor has that B flat, right? Like I said. But even if you look at the first couple notes of So What, you already see that B natural. That's that sharp 6 from D minor. So that shows knows that this piece, So What, is in D Dorian. And just to kind of fortify that, I'm gonna play it in D natural minor to just see the difference, and it's gonna sound kind of weird. So this is it in D natural minor. It sounds different than this. I personally like this better, but to each their own. So at least you hear a difference. So yeah, my next example is Windows by Chick Corea. So again, I'll play it on my phone, and then I'll play it on piano, and then we can talk about it. So I'll play that for you a little bit slower since it went by pretty fast. Basically, so I'm gonna kind of zoom into the last two chords that I just played and bring it up an octave so it's less muddy. F sharp minor, B major, so F sharp minor, F sharp natural minor would have, right? It has that D, but in the B major chord we have this D sharp, which is the sharp 6 of F sharp minor. So this piece is an F sharp Dorian, or at least this part of it is. If I played it in F sharp minor, it's a whole different vibe. The last piece that I want to show you is Moon Dance by Van Morrison. So this time I'm gonna play it on my phone and then also play along the chords, and then I'll play the chords again, and then we can break it down. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the spark of the world in your eyes. Fantabulous night of romance, beneath the cover of October skies, with all the leaves on it. Okay, so the chords that I was playing the whole time. So the chords that I was playing the whole time. This is A major. This is in root form. This is B minor in root form. So I'll just bring everything to root form. So A minor is all white keys. A natural minor. But we got that sharp 6. So this part of the piece is an A Dorian instead of A minor. If it was an A minor, it'd be like, it'd be B diminished. I like the Dorian one better, but okay. That's it for the pieces that I want to show you, but I have one more comment to say about Dorian, and it's that it sounds like battle music, or kind of like the music that you see in like video games. So I'm just gonna like do a random improv to show you that, because it's fun. So improv that I just did, I'm also gonna do it in D natural minor, just to compare it with D Dorian, so that you're gonna get a sense of the Dorianness of the Dorian one. So I'll just do like the similar thing, but in minor, so with a B flat. And with that, my video comes to an end. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my Phrygian video. Bye.